So using a metaphor, consider relationship is like a road. So like in India, there are roads with all the bumps and gaddes around. So consider relationship like a road. You hardly will find a road in India, and I think roads in India is a very good example of how relationships are. No road is without bumps. No relationship is without conflict. So because this topic was very slightly technical also, because like otherwise the word toxic can go to multiple dimensions. So I have like properly structured my thoughts using my notes. So don't mind me looking at my notes. Yeah.
Definitely. And I think like it's very important to get a structured and like to move towards clarity, we should like break things down like this. So the way you explain things, I think it's adorable, and it just clarifies things in our head. So we're very excited.
Yes. So I try to make sense of what a toxic relationship might look like. So using a metaphor, consider relationship is like a road. So like in India, there are roads with all the bumps and gaddes around. So consider relationship like a road. You hardly will find a road in India, and I think roads in India is a very good example of how relationships are. No road is without bumps. No relationship is without conflicts. It's only about what's the percentage of कि गड्ढे कितने हैं और रोड कितनी. अगर once in a while कोई bump आ रहा है, conflicts आ रहे हैं, गड्ढे आ रहे हैं, that is a good enough relationship. But a time comes when road कम है, गड्ढे ज़्यादा है. That is when we can say relationship is becoming toxic. Good times are much less than the bad times, and bad times are covering most of the relationship. Then we can call it a toxic relationship.
Okay. Yeah, I remember you mentioned a similar thing in the last video about relationships as well. That you cannot like quantify it that well, but yeah, you can feel that within yourself that how am I feeling most of the time in a relationship.
Yes. And again, sometimes there can be phases, maybe few days are really bad or few, but if it is happening for a very long duration, for example, if I say 6 months, and then you look back at last 6 months or 1 year, and you see that most of the time the two people in the relationship were fighting or were very angry or very sad or very hurt, then it is time to question, is it becoming toxic? And again, toxic doesn't mean that it should end, but at least it gives us that something needs to be worked upon.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so when you gave me this question to ponder about, I was thinking that I felt that isn't it hard to get over any relationship? So like in what ways getting over a toxic relationship is different and more difficult than a normal relationship where people end up deciding to break up with each other?
So I think I'll answer this question in two different parts. One is like why a relationship become toxic in the first place, and then how it impacts us, which makes it difficult. So why a relationship is toxic is because there is a lot of and I think this is very important point. The term I will use is conditional affection. So every relationship has affection. Both the people involved are very affectionate towards each other. They love, care about each other. But when it becomes a conditional affection, which happens very subconsciously, people might not be doing it. So, and a toxic relationship doesn't mean one partner is toxic and the other is not. It is one is more toxic and the other is less toxic. Because it's the relationship which is toxic, not the people involved. One might be more toxic than the other, but in the toxic relationship, both the people naturally become a little bitter towards each other. So what they start to do is they start to, maybe one person might do it more often than the other. They start to provide affection, be nice to the other person, caring, empathetic to the other person, only if they behave the way they want to be. That if you do how I expect you to be, then I'm nice to you, otherwise I'll be complaining, I'll be hurt, I'll be angry, and I'll in a way maybe sometimes subconsciously play with your feelings. So this conditional affection is what makes, and I think this is even for our audience, it's important that we should contemplate, are we conditionally affectionate to our partner? That if they behave the way we want, then we are happy and caring and loving. And even like the same toxicity can be there in parent-child relationship also.
Yeah.
Sometimes parents they only provide love when the child behaves according to them. Then those are like seeds of toxicity, and then it really affects our feelings and personality overall, be it with a parent or be it with a romantic partner, because both these are very intimate and close relationship.